Hello. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome back to part two. For those of you who have missed part one, I suggest you watch part one, which was just a brief overview of the whole Mel's whole situation. But I gave you an overview, and we found some of the call. I think it was the last call that this Mel guy made into Coast to Coast. For those of you that are new, we're doing a down the rabbit hole again. I did it a few years ago. We did a few different things to look into, and we're looking into this Mel's hole, which is a portal, or we don't know what it is. It appeared. This guy bought this land, and it was there, and apparently it'd been used for we don't know how long, and people were throwing stuff down it, and it just never filled up. So the guy Mel Waters, he said, "Can I have a bottle of Coke, please?" The guy Mel Waters said that he was putting fishing line down it and everything else. Now we heard part of a call, but we never heard the first call, which I was trying to find during the first episode, which was like live research, right? We were looking together, we were finding stuff out together, but I come away and I found the first time that this Mel Waters ever called in. Managed to find it. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to listen to that. So if it's something that you're interested in, thank you, please stick with us. If it's not something you're interested in, that's going to be the only topic tonight, is this. So apologies if you're looking for, I don't know, just a catch up or some news or something. We're just going to be covering Mel's hole. So I hope you will enjoy this. Now, we're going to do a quick hello. We've got some members in the house. Big up members showing us here. Jane, I've seen Jane. Professional Cameo, Paranormal Research. Hello, my friend. We had, I think, was it Diane here? No, Rose Anderson was here. Quite a few members in the house. Big up, big up. And then we've got, who else? We've got David Wellings as well, member. We have Skip Donahue. We have Lady Bird. Hello, my darling. We have Aqua Eyes. Okay, Jane, that's fine, darling. Thank you, darling. We have Glenn. Glenn's big up Glenn, eh? Big up Glenn, the clipper, the master clipper. Kaz, Silver Warrior, Bridget Blaine. Hello. Welcome in. I really appreciate you. Right. It seems really weird. People saying to Glenn, hello, troll to death. But there is a method. Hello, Debbie love. There is a method behind his name. Okay. There's a method behind his madness. Hello, Kev. You got one of the free memberships, didn't you? Actually, I've just thought, let's do that first, right? Let's do the first membership. We've got a membership giveaway I need to do before the end of the month. So, and last time I forgot. So let me do this first. Just hold on. I've got to go into my desktop account to do this. Oh God. Right. Okay. Now, if you're in the chat, there is a chance. Membership gifting. You have 10 memberships left. I thought I'd do. Huh? I've got 10 apparently. There you go. Right then. So you got to be in it to win it. Now, if you want to, hello, Space Cat. Sorry, a blackjack. Hello. Now, if you want to win a membership, you get a month's free, and then it just ends. And if you want to keep it, if you want to stay as a member, you can. If you've got to renew it manually, or you could just let it expire. Hello, Jules, Garfield. Hello, just catching up person. So we're going to gift 5 now, okay, and then we'll do 5 on the next show. So are you ready, guys? Again, if you do win it, hello, Terry Knowles Band again. If you do win it, you don't have to pay or anything. It just ends. You get a month. Hello, Julius. Okay, let me just get into chat so I can see who gets it. And good luck, everybody. Here we go. No, Debbie's won one. Silver Warriors won one. Ralph the Blind Pugs won one. Nanny Ella's won one. And Realize has won one. Hello, Linda. Hello, Kathy. There we go. So Silver Warrior is in the chat. Congratulations. Debbie is in the chat. Congratulations. Nanny, I thought Nanny was already won. I think you can still win one if you already won. You get a month free. I think it's happened to me before. I got gifted a membership once on another channel, and I seem to recall I was already a member and I won a membership. So if you do win one and you're already won, I'm pretty certain you get a month free. So congratulations to those 5. I'm going to do one on the next stream because it's saying I've got another 5 apparently. I thought I only had 5 left. There you go. Realize you've won a month's membership. Now, if you're interested in the membership, you will unlock the membership tab now. And that is all the exclusives of all the animals and everything else. So you get a month's free. It's worth a £5. Look, it's better than a slap in the face, is what I always say. Right then, we're going to get back onto Mel's hole. There was those coordinates as well that we wanted to look into. But what we're going to do tonight, we're going to be listening to the first ever call. So some of you might think it's boring. I don't know. Personally, I don't. But we're going to have a listen. So here we go.
Can reach Art Bell at 702.
Art, you'll love this. It was sent to me a couple.
Call, just by the way, is 1997. I think it's June 21st, 1997. Hello, Rose. Oh, good. Okay. How you doing, Shona, my darling? Shona is a top tier member, and she gets exclusives. Bridget Blaine. Hello, Bridget, love. Everyone had a meltdown earlier. You had... Oh, no, darling. I'm sorry to hear that. How you doing, Space Cat? Love to Vicky. Oh, no. A Garfield the Cat, hello. Okay, so this was from 1997. And again, if you're wondering what's going on, I don't mean to keep repeating myself, but it's going to be people that are coming in that, like, what the fuck is this? This guy, Mel Waters, he called into Coast to Coast. We're going to be covering quite a bit of Coast to Coast stuff. Calls in over the years. He rang into Art Bell, who's now apparently deceased, unfortunately, RRP. It was actually on the Coast to Coast archives, the app that I paid for. Well, I've got a free 2 months trial, and I probably will pay for it going on, moving forward. But at the moment, I'm not paying for it. So this guy rang in, and we're going to hear him explain in his own words the truth about, well, his truth. Now, I'm a little bit confused on something, okay? The reason why I'm a little bit confused, hello, David Murphy, is because I've been literally researching this over the last few days. And I've found where it says that someone put a recorder down the hole and they heard screams. And there's a photo which is on this thumbnail of the hole with this Mel Waters. But then when you research, did they ever find the hole? It says they never found the hole. So how do they put a recorder down a hole they'd never found? It's really bizarre. It's like a piece has been missed out. Is this a Mandela effect? It's just really, really strange. So anyway, here we go. Hello, Aqua Eyes. Suffered a horrible road rage attack today. What? From a school mum. All I did was stop to let someone out of the side road, sounding a horn, driving up close, trying to hit my car. What the hell? Oh man, can we chat later if it's not too late? It's in today's video. I'll have a look. I'll have a look, darling. I won't have time tonight. No, Pen, they're just lying. Yeah, possibly. Well, probably Terry Knowles band again. It'll be probably too late for me because I'm going to bed soon after this. But I have something to eat and I'll go to bed. But that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. Bridget, I'll watch your video after. So here we go.
After the big snows that we had out here last month.
Oh, yes.
And so...
doing up at this time of the morning?
Well, after I sent them back...
First time.
Here's one entitled, Yet Another Mystery Hole in Eastern Washington. Art, you'll love this. It was sent to me a couple of days ago by email.
Okay.
And it's all about another one on the Indian reservation in Colville, where there is another mystery hole. Anyway, we'll get to that. Now to Eastern Washington. I guess this is Eastern Washington. Mel, are you there?
Yes, I am.
First of all, Mel, thank you for answering. What are you doing up at this time of the morning?
Well, after I sent the fax, I'm living in town here now because we had a couple of our buildings out there cave in after the big snows that we had out here last month.
Oh, yes.
And so thereby goes some of the construction debris into the hole. So,
all right. When did you discover this hole?
Well, the hole has always been there. We've been out there for a couple of years now, and the hole has been there since we've been there. It's been there since the previous owner was there, and the previous owner there was quite elderly, and I'd say he was there for a good 30, 40 years before we moved in.
Wow.
And then
and so there's been a thing of throwing stuff down this hole for a long time.
It's been going on, for as long as the hole has been there, I assume.
When nobody knows that, I guess. All right. How do you pronounce the name of your town? Manastash?
Manastash.
Manastash.
Right.
That's right. Thank you.
Actually, I'm in, right now, I'm in a little town called Ellensburg.
Oh, I know Ellensburg. All right.
You must know about a rodeo here then.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Well, so, we've been there for several years. We just take all, we take all of our trash, rubbish, anything we have that we have to get rid of, we take it, throw it in the hole. Everyone's throwing their stuff in the hole. The people from around there throw all the stuff in the hole. I mean, it's just been going on for a long time. Well, I got this thinking one day, how come this hole is not filling up? It must be an awfully deep hole.
That's a good thing to consider, sure, as you throw stuff in it for decades, literally.
And so, I used to be I would say pretty close to a professional shark fisherman. So I had a couple of huge fishing reels, went out there and started letting the line down. I figure after one...
Did you weight the line?
Oh, yeah. There's, in fact, the original line is still down there. I've just been adding to the line and keeping track of how much line I have used. So I've not reeled it in.
How much weight is on it?
There's a 1 pound weight at the bottom of it.
1 pound weight, all right.
1 pound weight. It's a triangular 1 pound weight.
Okay.
And so that's at the bottom of it at first.
So in other words, it would go down kind of like a plumb bob.
Exactly. In fact, I have a rigged across the center of it there, and it goes straight down from the center there. And occasionally I try to move the line there, but when you're moving that much line, you really can't do a whole lot with it. But it seems to, there seems to be, it's not resting against anything at this point here, and it continues to go down freely. And so when I was out there earlier, I'd let out a little bit more line. And
so you actually went out there tonight after I read this?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Well, it's not too bad out here right now. It's only about 25 degrees, so it's not too cold.
Have you ever heard anything coming from any sounds or anything?
Well, the normal thing to do is kind of like yell into it there, to see an echo. And I've never heard an echo come out of that thing.
No echo
at all. That's one of the first things I noticed about it. As usual, I brought the dogs with me. They wouldn't go anywhere near the damn thing, and I went back to the Suburban and hung out over there. So it was kind of if I try to bring them there on a leash, they'll just dig their feet in. They do not want to go anywhere near the hole. And so that's, I don't know. It's just,
well, you've got miles and miles of
I think I'm measuring it by feet. I convert feet to yards, so I don't know how many miles that is. I assume it's a fair number of miles, though.
Well, 5,280 feet is a mile, so you really think you've got 80,000?
Yes, yeah. I get line in 5,000 yard spools, and so I've gone through that many.
Well, you have got a hole then that goes. Well, you can't say to the center of the earth, but you've got a hole that goes miles and miles and miles into the earth. I would think a university would be out there, boom, just like that.
Well, my wife does work for a local university here, and we've been talking to them about it. And one of the things is they find it quite incredible that I've let that much line into the ground, but that's what I've been doing.
Have you ever thought of winding it all back up again?
Well, when I let out the first 1,500 yards of line, I reeled all of that back in.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know if I had hit water down there, because I thought that's a lot of feet.
You bet.
That's 4,500 feet of line. Did I hit water? So I did. What I did is I sent down a roll of lifesavers.
Lifesavers?
Yeah. So when it hits the water, the lifesavers will dissolve.
That's true. Oh, I see. So very smart. So
yeah, it's an old shark fisherman's trick. There, we used to send our bait out on a balloon attached to a roll of lifesavers, and the bait would go out into the ocean on the tide.
Yeah.
And then eventually the lifesavers would melt, and the bait would fall to the bottom. So, you couldn't cast a big old mackerel out there that far. So
that's amazing. So, what do you got any guesses?
I don't. I have no idea. I thought it could have been a mine shaft, but the thing about it is the surface part of it's been very well cared for. I mean, someone built a very lovely wall around it. And
all right, tell me about the nature of the side of the walls. In other words, you must be able to look down far enough, at least, to examine the side of the walls.
Sure, it's stone for about 15 feet down.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's soil, dirt, and then further down rock. So, but I can only see to the extent of really powerful flashlight. I brought halogen lights out there to try to get a better look down there, but the visibility really isn't there. You cannot see much after a while. But it's it's a retaining wall. I'd say it's about a 3.5 foot retaining wall, and it goes down about 15 feet, and then it's
well, I'll tell you this much. No matter how powerful a light, and I was even thinking about a laser, when you're talking about 80,000 feet, forget it.
Well, they should have some technology that can give me an idea of how deep this thing is. I mean, obviously, the old fishing line method is only going to go so far.
What we need here is a volunteer. I'm serious. Somebody who would be willing to be lowered into this hole.
Well, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't even know if there's any air down that far. I mean,
I wouldn't know about that either.
Or
that's
what
true.
kind of pressures we're dealing with. These are things that are totally beyond my grasp in terms of knowledge about these things. But
do you own this property?
It's our property, yeah.
How long have you been working on this?
Well, we've been out there for a couple of years. I said about 4 years now. But this project here with letting down the line, that's only been since last summer here, and it was just I said, well, how come this thing isn't filling up?
Well, sure.
And I talked to the neighbors around there, which are on when you're out there in the country, your neighbors are pretty far away, but they all know the hole out there.
They all know about it, so it's
because they all bring their trash out there.
So the local legend of the hole.
Yeah, this could be an apocryphal story, but one guy claims that he threw his departed canine down into the hole.
Oh, really?
And he swears. Well, the story is the guy that did it swears the dog actually came back to him, and he was
really.
A hunter. He was a hunt. The story is that he was a hunter, and he was out there hunting, and he saw the same dog. He had the same collar. He had the same little little metal thing on his collar there, and he said it was the same dog. And he says he knew he threw the dog into the hole. But that's not that's not my dog. That's not my.
It's not your story, but it's a story of a resurrected dog.
Yeah. This is as you can well imagine, this is all Native American land around here, and so one of the lines of inquiries I'd like to make is is there anything about this hole in regards to the Native Americans? That's something I haven't really pursued right now. But
if you had a fatal disease, Mel,
yeah,
would you jump in the hole?
I would.
You would? Just based on the dog story?
It is in my will.
What?
Should I meet my demise,
that you would be thrown in the hole?
Disposed of into the well.
I'm not sure the health department would allow that.
Well, you know, one of the things that we, you know, I thought about later on was, what if this is like contaminating our water, you know? And, you know, we've had, you know, I'm sure you do this out there in Pahrump too.
Well,
you
no
have your water checked all the time.
Well, yeah, no personal offense to you, Mel, but if there was a possible contamination problem, I'm sure you're a clean guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, as you deteriorated, you would possibly produce E. coli or something horrible in the local water supply.
Well, again, so far it hasn't.
If you weren't resurrected.
I mean, the water around that area is absolutely pure water. It is, you know.
And so nothing thrown down, all the old junk and trash, and nothing has polluted the water.
No, I mean, you know, I can't speak for everything that's been thrown down there, but so you know, none of that has been showing up in the water that people draw from their wells. I mean, you know, the water's as clean as it's ever been out there. I think we get water that comes off the Cascades or something.
Yeah.
It's just really great. It's really wonderful water.
Mel, you wouldn't be pulling my leg.
No, I'm not. And I'm one of the reasons that I went out to the property tonight, other than it just, you know, it's something that weighs heavily on my mind. I was afraid that after I sent the fax out, that there would be people around there, because it's...
well, there may be, but we have not identified specifically where it is.
Well, there aren't, as far as I could tell, too many big holes like that around. And so at least the people in my neck of the woods are familiar with it. And, I kind of almost expected to see a small party of people.
Well, there may be. Now, I mean, you know, come daylight, there may be, but remember, folks, this is private property. This is Mel's home.
It is posted too.
Oh, it is. All right. Well, there you are. So without knowing exactly where it is, I wouldn't look for that to occur, but there is going to be substantial curiosity about it now, Mel.
Well, you know, I think I've, you know, let you know as much as I know about it. I certainly want to find out more. I'm mostly curious. I was mostly curious about the depth of it. I mean, how deep is the deepest hole anyone has ever found?
Well, I've never heard of anything deeper than this.
You know, I thought maybe this would be like Guinness World Book of Records type hole here. And as far as you know, things I thought it would be like. Could have been like an old mine.
Well, now here's a couple things to think about. I've heard as you go down into the earth, Mel, that it gets hotter.
Ooh.
Right? So you would think that your fishing line with a weight on it at some point would melt or, you know, something, but there's still weight on it, huh?
Yeah.
The
line is not moving freely. I mean, you know, it still falls under its own weight.
Oh, that's amazing. Let's let some of the audience ask you questions.
Okay, I think I can do that.
All right, because I just might be missing something. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel, who's got the hole in Washington.
Hello.
Hello. Do you have any questions for Mel? Hello? Okay, well, I guess that guy gave up. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Hello. Oh, you got a guess now?
I did. Well, I mean, sort of.
Oh, well, I was calling about something else.
All right. Well, thank you. First time caller line. You're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Mel.
Yes, Mel.
Oh, Mel. I wanted to talk to Art. I'm on the wrong line.
Yeah, you are.
I'm sorry. That's the 222 line?
1222 is first time caller line.
That's what I thought I was calling.
Well, that's what you got. But I mean, we're talking with Mel right now. He's the guy with the hole in Eastern Washington.
Okay. I just have something for Art.
All right. Well, call me back when we're in the open lines. Wild card line, you're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Hi, Art. This is Dave in Milwaukee.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, I was listening to this. Very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I just wanted to let you know, I looked up in the encyclopedia, and the Marianas Trench, which is the deepest hole we know about.
That's in the ocean, right?
Right. Is 36,000 feet deep.
So this is, certainly over double that already.
Right. And it also says, under mining, that with current technology, we can only go down about 1,600 feet.
Wow.
Wow. That's great. That is great.
So you've got something here that already qualifies for Guinness.
That is wonderful. Oh,
yeah,
gosh, I like that. That's great.
What-
Did you said 1,600 feet?
That's what they said. Yeah, 1,640 feet. It says with current technology is about as deep
Wow.
All right. Thank you very much for that information. So already we now learn that you may have a Guinness qualifying hole there, no question about it.
Gee.
But I want to know, inquiring minds want to know, I would think even if we just had somebody lowered past the 1,600-foot mark to see what's down there.
That would be cool, but it wouldn't be me.
You wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't go down and no.
At least not while you're still alive.
No, yeah, then I will, but I mean, for the time being, no.
I understand. All right, east of the Rockies, you're on the air with
what
Mel.
What if the rope broke?
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Mel?
Yeah,
Mel and
hi.
Art?
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. All right.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you would like somebody to be lowered down into the hole.
That's right.
I would be willing to do that.
See, there you go, sir. A volunteer.
We've got a volunteer.
I mean, obviously under certain conditions.
Like what?
Just a cage for one.
A cage?
Yeah, just in the event that there's some kind of weird
Something.
subterranean thing eating all of this garbage down there. Obviously, I would want to be in some kind of a cage.
Well,
and,
what makes you think, though, that anything that could gobble up, say, a refrigerator
wouldn't get the cage? Well, I would have obviously a very powerful light, and I'd be able to see it at some point before it's too late.
So we'd have radio contact with you, and we could hear you scream at least.
Yeah.
Sounds too much
Or
like
an
Jaws.
instant up button.
An up button?
An instant up button. On back up. At like a high speed.
And you could take a camera with you
Yeah.
with a light and show us everything as it
Yeah, I've got a pretty adventurous nature to me anyway. So this plus I have a very appealing draw to the supernatural for some reason. Anyway, just naturally in my personality.
Well, nobody's saying there's anything supernatural about this, but
Well, the dog story would indicate something supernatural.
well, that's true.
Well, everyone's dogs are scared of the hole.
Yeah.
It's not just my dogs.
No, that's a very good point. In other words,
that's true.
other dogs won't go anywhere near the hole, huh?
Yeah, my dogs will follow me everywhere. I mean, no matter where I go, they're,
Except
to the well.
Uh-huh.
now you call
is this possibly at a grid point on the planet?
I wouldn't know about grid points, other than I know
would
they
you know
exist.
anything about the grid points in that area?
I know yes, thank you, sir, from Austin. I've heard about grid points, but I would have no way of knowing where they are and whether this is one of them. I wouldn't know. Now, this is just a hole. And he's right. There is something a little paranormal about it when you consider the dog story. I tell you, Mel, hold on, all right? Stand by. We'll be right back to you.
I can hear you're concerned about my happiness bothering me at all.
Throw a cat down the hole. Listen to the cat scream as it goes down. That's a horrible idea. I don't know about people who do that, throw down a cat. Oh, man. And you hear the echoes sort of going down. I'm not for that at all. All right, Mel, here comes some more people. First time caller line, you're on the air with Mel with the hole.
Art, why don't you have somebody, I know you're connected with somebody that's got radar available. Radar would be the way to go to find out the depth.
Well, would radar go down a hole
Absolutely.
without hitting the
And
sides?
You don't need a fancy radar to do it.
You mean like what about sonar? No, I guess
No,
that's...
sonar you couldn't use because you don't have anything for the medium to go through like underwater for sonar.
Yeah.
But radar would definitely work.
In other
I was
words,
just curious if you'd call a government agency to come out.
but wouldn't radar return a hit from the sides of the hole and bounce around down there?
No.
No?
Purely directional radar. What do you use when you're driving down the highway?
Well, you use radar, but
exactly.
that's out in the open. That's not in. I don't know enough about radar to know if that would work, but it's a good idea.
Well, I've used it for years. But
All
that's
right,
the way to try it.
all right. That's. I want. How about a cop's radar?
I'm not sure if they'll return an echo off of that. Possible.
All right.
It
Well,
would tell you how fast the hole was going, wouldn't it?
yeah. Tell you how fast. Cute, Mel. Wild card line. You're on the air with Mel. Hello.
This is pretty funny. Good evening, Mel.
Hi.
My name is Barry. I'm just hop, skipping, and jumping away from you down here in Yakima.
All right.
And I'm awful surprised I haven't heard of this before now.
Well, now Mel hasn't made this public, as far as I know. Have you, Mel?
No, it's just on my land.
I see.
So
my
until-
neighbors know about it.
But
Well,
I mean, wait. This is the first public announcement of the hole.
As far as I know, there's no newspaper accounts of it. Not in the Daily Record or in the.
Well, there will be
the
now.
Herald.
There will be now.
Oh,
Well, as usual, you've heard it here first, folks, on
That's
our
right.
bill.
That's right.
Before I get serious, I just wanted to kind of lighten things up here and ask if you'd considered making a contract with the refuse collection department from Yakima County. You could probably make a killing on that.
I read an article in the paper how they wanted to close down our local dump out here, and I almost seriously suggested.
Listen, here's another possibility for you. Do you know that I live near an area where there's supposed to be a high-level nuclear dump? Now, if this is really, in effect, a bottomless pit,
Whoa.
you may have something that the U.S. government wants.
So I could rent this thing out
You're damn right.
and move away as quick as possible.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to mention here. We've got many mediums of technology, and the gentleman who suggested radar, I think, was onto something.
Mm-hmm.
Say for instance that Guinness came out and was going to, they're pretty thorough with their investigation before they're going to print you.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Anyways, maybe the way to go is to have someone lower in a sensors package, which is something that measures for noxious gases, temperature, and I'm sure they could focus a radar, probably pencil thin,
Mm-hmm.
And just hook it up to a endless supply of cable and lower it down. I think that'd be awful interesting.
Look, I'd be interested, even if we don't get a hold of the guy from Austin, to lower a camera and a light down.
When I was out there this evening, it's kind of a sort of a full moon out there, and one of the things that occurred to me is maybe this has some sort of astronomical type thing.
What do you mean, Mel?
Well, it's like how the various pyramids and things in Egypt, are supposed to be lined up on various star systems or whatever.
Well, was it a thing like where the moonlight was shining into the hole?
Well, no, but I just happened to notice the full moon, and all of a sudden it just sort of put two and two together there.
You've never felt drawn to the hole personally, have you? I mean, in terms of,
you mean in terms of some sort of spiritual involvement, or
no suicide? No suicide.
No. I mean, I keep the lid on it there because it's an attractive nuisance. You don't want local kids there climbing on the wall and falling in.
There's actually no way of knowing whether people have gone in, because they'd be gone.
Not in my
down with a refrigerator.
Again, if I can find out something from the local Native Americans on, maybe with some sort of burial thing, or, I mean.
And you can drop a big rock, and you can hear it going down, probably bouncing off the walls or something, but you never hear a splash.
You never hear a splash. I've even taken old television tubes, the picture tubes, and.
You've dropped picture tubes down there?
I've dropped. I hate to say this here, but I've dropped more than one of them down there, and I've never heard it implode or anything. Nothing.
EPA, you probably shouldn't say that on the air.
Well,
they'll come and get you for that. I mean, TV tubes.
Well, it is my.
It's your own property, I know, but these days, Mel, doesn't make any difference. I mean, tomorrow morning you're liable to wake up and there'll be tanks in Boutros Ghali will be there.
That's true.
All right, east of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel.
Hi, WKXY, Sarasota.
Sarasota, Florida.
Let me say, let's throw Mike from Las Vegas down the hole.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, you know, he's the cat. Okay. I do have a question for Mel. You're a fisherman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever felt a tug on the line? And if you did, what would you do?
Well,
None
I
like
don't
him.
have a hook on it. There's just a large. There's a 1 pound weight.
Yeah, but she's saying if something obviously was pulling on that line.
What would I do?
Yeah.
What you do?
I'd run.
Yeah.
I'd seal that damn thing up, and I'd never get near it again.
Yeah, I'd put the lid down on it at that point there and say, that's it. The dump is closed.
And at any point, did you ever pull up the weight and look at it?
Yeah, I asked that too.
The first series of letting down line, when I got about 4,500 feet down there, I had a roll of lifesavers down on the bottom to determine if there was any water down there. And of course, if there was water, the lifesavers would melt. I didn't do that. But since that time, I've let the line continuously go down. I've just spliced onto the end of the line and
just trying to find out where the bottom is.
Yeah, that was my main question. It's like, how deep is this thing? Where does it go? You know, well, it goes into the earth, but you know, how far does it go before it'll stop?
Okay.
You know.
All right, thank you, ma'am. I think that a light and a video camera. I mean, Mel, you could have a special as you got down past what did they say was the deepest hole? 1,600 feet?
1,600 feet.
As you got down past 1,600 feet, you'd have a network special on your hands, Mel.
That would be good. I'm thinking about putting up a web page on it there if I can get one of those.
What's his name? Rivera would come.
and they'd lower him into the hole.
Only if we were all lucky. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Yeah, this is Terry from Bremerton.
Hello, Terry. Oh, you're up in Washington again, yeah.
You're right. Well, I was wondering about how much does 15 miles of fishing line weigh?
I have no idea. I'm just letting that sucker go down. I have not reeled
What if
it
you've
in.
already hit the bottom and you got a pound of fishing line on it?
That's right.
Letting it down.
Yeah, I
you've already
should
hit the bottom.
I should weigh one of those spools because I'm getting them in 5,000 yard spools.
Yeah.
And so I should weigh a spool and sort of deduct the cost of the spool itself and see what that would add up to in terms of how much that weighs.
So in other words, it could have hit bottom some time ago, and simply the pure weight of the line.
Right.
It doesn't feel like it is reached bottom there. There's no slack in the line.
But even so, well, there might not be with that much weight. But you know, even if that's true, caller, think about it. He's still got the deepest hole ever heard of in the world.
Yeah, he does. But the weight of the line would keep pulling the line down.
Yeah. But there would be so much line down there by then. But
what pound test line is it?
I'm using 20 pound. I couldn't
pounds.
afford to
Do you
go
think
much
you have
higher.
20 pounds of line on it already?
Pardon me?
Do you think you have 20 pounds of line in the hole already?
I'm sure there's more line than that.
It would break by then.
You know, we're talking how many?
There must be a lot of tension.
I have about 20 spools
a lot
of line.
Of tension on that.
Yeah.
20 spools of line on there.
Wow.
And it's still hanging on there. You know, I'm you know, that weight continues to go down. I don't know if there's a way of weighing that thing, you know, as it is.
Yeah, I was just interested in how much the line would weigh itself.
I could probably do that. You know, get one of those hanging scales.
Sure.
And spring operated and stuff, and just sort of knot it off up there.
Yeah, why not? It's worth a try. And the other thing that's worth a try, I suppose, although you'd be cranking for a long time, would be to crank it back up again.
Well, no, I could just weigh like one spool of line and multiply it. I think I'm up to about like 18 spools of line right now. So, you know, it wouldn't be too hard to get a weight on it.
All right. You'll report back to us on that?
Yeah, I can. Sure, definitely.
All right.
Yes,
All
definitely.
right. First time caller line. You're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Where are you?
I'm Bellingham, Washington.
Yes. Oh, Washington again. Yeah. Yes.
I was wondering what was the Mel said that he had a triangular 1 pound weight on the end of the line.
You're right.
Yeah, I was wondering what elements was that weight, or is that weight composed of?
It's a standard lead fishing weight.
Mm-hmm. You know, you were talking earlier. Al was talking earlier about the heat when you get deep into.
Well, I was speculating. You know, I saw the movie with Pat Boone about the journey to center of the Earth. It's supposed to get hot when you go down, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, what about the magnetism? You know, that's a factor you consider also.
The magnetism?
Yes.
You're off into a territory that I can't answer. Mel, are you you're gonna contact your wife works for a university,
a
huh?
local university.
Have they? I mean, did she tell them about this? And if so, what did they say?
Well, the people she talked to, because I nag her about it occasionally, say,
Sure.
they're telling her, you don't have a hole that deep, you know.
So, in other words, they don't believe her.
No. What I'm trying to do is, kind of entice them out there and just bring something out there to measure how deep it is.
Well, Mel, would you be willing to talk to, like, newspaper people or television people? They're crazy. They'd send someone down there.
Well, I know I'm talking to a lot of people on the phone right now and on the radio, but I am not sure if I'd want to have a TV crew and
So you're not sure you want that kind of publicity?
No, I'd be happy to, like I say, I could put together a website on it and keep people informed about what's going on, because I'm sort of making this my
People would accuse you of going to the well one time too many.
That's probably true.
West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Mel. Hello.
Hello there. That is absolutely amazing. All right, that's Ken from Scottsdale.
Yes, sir.
And one thing I wanted to mention about that, when you mentioned about a car that had apparently fallen from the sky.
The Chevrolet, yeah.
Right. I recall reading about many, many incidents in England and throughout Europe of nuts, raining nuts of different kinds. I mean, Brazil nuts and hazelnuts.
Sometimes it rains nuts on my program. Listen, we're not talking about things falling from the sky right now. We're talking about a hole.
Right, I know. Well, it was open lines a minute ago. Now you switched it.
Well, I've switched it because I have Mel.
Oh, well, anyway, as far as the hole goes, isn't it possible there could be like an aquifer or something in their water or something?
Mel has not found any water at all. He lowered lifesavers in, and the lifesavers came back, and that was how far, Mel?
4,500 feet.
4,500 feet, and the lifesavers came back intact, right?
Oh, yeah, they were absolutely dry. They weren't dissolved. They were just perfect.
That's pretty definitive. First time caller line, you're on the air with Mel. Hi.
Mel?
Hi.
Hi, this is Conrad in Grass Valley, and I've got some thoughts about this whole well problem.
Sure.
First of all, if he's putting line down the well...
Wait a minute, sir. We've got to stop this because people are going to call it a well. There has never been any water found in this hole.
Okay, a hole.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. If he started out with a 1 pound weight and he starts adding fish line to it,
right,
then the amount of weight down the hole increases. All right. Now, if he knows the weight of the line on a per foot basis, as he puts more weight down the hole, if he could measure the total strain on the top of or load on the top of the line, he would know if any of that line was draped on anything. See, the thing is, once he gets a fair amount of line down there,
that's a good point.
The 1 pound weight on the end is insignificant. And he wouldn't even, it could be hung up on something or laying on the bottom or something, and he would never know it.
Yeah, but he put lifesavers down 4,500 feet. So even if what you're saying is true, this is still by a long shot the deepest hole ever.
Well, that assumes it's even that deep. The one thought that you had that I thought was very valid was the temperature as you go farther down into the ground.
Well, that's what I think that's right, isn't it?
Oh yes, of course. By the time it's down 4,000 feet in the ground, where the temperature would probably be well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
If the 100, the monofilament and the lead would certainly survive 100 degrees just fine. You're probably right. That is interesting. Mel, I say that we got to put a person down there, a volunteer.
Not a cat.
No, not
No
a cat.
cats.
No cats. But a person, maybe like a media person, one of these anchors from maybe one of the Seattle Como stations or something. Lower them down.
Oh boy. Again, I'm intrigued. Again, I've been running line down there for quite a while, and I don't think I've hit bottom. The weight seems to be hanging plumb over there, and like I say, we've been throwing things down there for a long time, and this hole has not filled up. I don't know. Maybe it's getting incinerated down there. I don't know.
All right, and you would swear on all that is sacred to you that what you have told us is the absolute, unadulterated truth.
This is my hole, and this is the truth about it.
God, it's an amazing story, Mel. Who else besides your wife, the people you've tried to talk to at the university, and yourself? I guess your neighbors know about the hole?
Oh, yeah. There's probably good. Oh, well, in terms, not families, but individuals, probably a good 20 people that use the hole regularly.
To throw junk into.
Yeah. It's always been done.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, I used to like to throw stuff off bridges and stuff like that, and into holes just to hear it hit bottom.
Ain't never heard anything yet. I mean, if you hit the side, of course, but if you just drop it straight down,
yeah, 9.5 feet.
To go straight.
9.5 feet is certainly large enough so that if you got in the center and dropped it straight down, it would go straight down, right?
Yeah, you can just lean right over there and get it going straight down. And as far as anything I could see, visually, with the halogens and flashlights,
the light just fades away into blackness.
Yeah, you've got nothing after a while. You can see as far as the beam will go, and that's it.
Does anybody have any theories about? You said a dog was thrown into the hole, dead, and then came back alive again, right?
The story is the guy was out hunting and he saw his dog, and he knew it was his dog because it was the same dog. It had the same collar, it had the same tag on it, and the whole thing.
Oh man! Does anybody have any theories about what properties would be in the hole to resurrect a canine?
Gosh, I'd like to think that this is something like really benign. Like, cows have gone down there. I haven't heard any cows coming back, or at least that you would know. But I don't.
Well, it's not the creator. Well, look, we're out of time. Mel, you get the honors from near the hole in Washington State. Tell them.
From the hole, it is good night to everyone from coast to coast.
And beyond. Thank you, Mel. Stay.
Right, there you go. That was the first call. Okay, I'm really grateful for those of you that are stuck with us, because some people might have got bored. Dog stories nonsense. Well, that's just a rumor. Okay, the dog is a rumor. Now, if you missed the beginning, basically when this guy bought the land, the hole was just covered up with a bit of wood, and neighbours told him that they've been throwing things down the hole for decades, and the guy with the dog, it was like an urban legend. It was like, have you heard about the guy that threw the dog down and he found it? Now, Mel didn't witness this, right? Mel didn't witness the guy who called in nearly 26 years ago. Didn't witness the dog. Okay, he's just telling a story that he was told. Now we have got the foot. Now this was in 1997. Okay, and he rang in a total of 4 times. He is Kathy. Yeah. Now I can't find these calls. Remember, there was no YouTube then or anything like that. There was no drones. There was no camera phones or nothing like that, right? There was no cameras on wires. They would have had to actually physically buy a camera, like an old 35mm or something, or a 110. I don't know if you had that in America, but that's what they had here, and put it down. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to listen. Now, we listened to some of his fourth call, and he does cover, we've listened to some of it. We're going to listen to some more in a moment. He does cover some of the things that happened in call 2 and call 3, which I can't seem to find. Now, when you become a Coast to Coast member, hello, Carlos. Oh, how you doing, mate? When you become a Coast to Coast member, you only get access to the last 7 years, plus some vault stuff. So stuff that was really important, like the first call and the last call. You can get anything from the last 7 years, but you can't just get anything forever. But this is part of their vault, which is good. This is any videos on YouTube that if they are using this call, they're like talking over it. This is the source where I've gone to get the call from. So you won't hear this anywhere else unless you go to the source yourself. Hello, Kathy. So what we're going to do now, we're going to listen to some of the fourth call, but in call 2 and 3, apparently his wife disappeared. Okay, so this is just a quick recap for those of you that missed the other day. The government, because his wife went to the university, the government turned up and offered him 3 million a year to lease out the land. And he went and took the money and buggered off to Australia. I think he set up a veterinary clinic, I think they said. And then after a couple of years, he came back. He was with his son for his wedding. And he decided, I'm going to stay. This is my land. You know, the lease, the second 2 years, whatever's up, 3 years. And I want my land back. So he went back and they wouldn't let him in. Now, he said that the local people said that the hole looked different now. It had changed. It looked totally different. Now, he said that he went to go back and he was told that he couldn't come in. Now, we did listen to some of the fourth call the other day, but if you want, I can start it from the beginning. Now, this is a longer one, so we won't be able to listen to all of this today. But if you want, because now we've listened to the first one, it'll make more sense. So I'm going to start it again, I think. Because there's people that are new to it, and there's people that when we listened to it before, we didn't really have the full story. I was literally doing a live research night the first time where we all found out together about stuff. But now we know a little bit more. I think it'll be interesting to listen to Mel again. So again, if you're enjoying this, thank you for being here. Please hit the like if you enjoy, or the dislike if you don't. If you don't like this sort of content, then you're probably better off on my other channel where I cover a variety of things. But this is my curious channel, and this is exactly the sort of stuff that we like doing. So just bear with me. I'm just going to grab the hello Jeff Swig. I'm just going to go and grab this other call. Just give me a moment. If you want to go and pop the kettle on, I think I'm just going to pop to the loo. So I'm just going to go and have a quick wee, and then I'm going to grab the other call. So I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Feel free to go and put the kettle on. Again, I hope you're enjoying this. Hi guys, I'm just setting this up now. We're going to listen to part 2. I've just been visited by a little Momo. Momo, hello baby. Right, I'm just going to get this call going, Mo, and then we're going to, Mummy will give you some cuddles. Now this is interesting, guys. Okay, just look at this. Hang on. Hang on. Bear with me. Here we go. I hope you're all okay. Can you not hear me now? I just popped to the loo. I'm muted. Hello, Mo. Hello, beautiful boy. Listen, let Mummy get the call going, and then I'll give you a love and mute, okay? He was in there with Daddy, and he's not happy. He's literally sat on my shoulder now, like a parrot. He's like, Mummy, don't ever leave me again. He's so clingy. It's unbelievable. Are you Mummy's boy? You don't care, do you? No, you don't. Right, let me just set this call up then. So this is return. I think this is the one we listen to. Just come down a minute, Momo. You just stay there a minute, my darling. Okay, just give me a minute, Mo. You can have a cuddle. Now, don't get chewing my hair straighteners. No, Mo. No, Mo. Oh, Mo. This was not a good idea. I had no choice. I had to bring him in. He's seen me and jumped on me. He misses me when I'm not there. He follows me everywhere, doesn't he? Right, okay. So this is the one we listened to the other day. There is new keys. They're smaller, see? They're softer for puppies. Let me feel them. Oh, they're actually harder. Okay, so this is guest only. Now, because we didn't know as much the other day, we skimmed through some of this, but I think we're going to listen to it properly. So just a quick update. Since this, between this call in 2002, so this is 2002, the first one was 1997. He called in another 2 times between these 2 calls, and he gave information on the government took it over, and he's going to start telling us, some of you may have heard this, we're going to listen to it again. He starts telling us about what happened between then and now. He gives us a recap. So I'm going to start playing this call.
No, I don't know where he is right now. Mel Waters. Mel, welcome to the program.
I'm here in the Pacific Northwest.
Somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. That'll do. First of all, it's great to hear from.
He's got to be a lot more careful because of what's been happening over the last 5 years. Again, we've heard some of this, but we're going to listen to it again without fast forwarding it. This is a 2-hour program. Now, this show included Stephen Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer. This is from 2002. This is supposed to be only having Mel on for 2 hours. There was a few ads in between, but this is a really long one. So this will be a 2-parter. So there'll be a part 3 probably tomorrow night. There'll be a part 2. So we've done Down the Rabbit Hole 1, Down the Rabbit Hole 2. This is 2.1. There'll be a part 2.2 where we listen to the rest of this call, and then we'll do a conclusion. So we'll look and see if there's any more information. But if you're intrigued, please stick with us. If you're bored, I apologise. Go and put telly on or something. Or there's other channels. There's plenty of channels to choose from.
From you, and I guess we heard from you, Mel, because what were you out somewhere when we did a rebroadcast of the original Mel's whole thing?
Yeah. I guess this was last week sometime, and I was coming back from Nevada, and it turned out I get a lot of rides from truckers. You might find this interesting. I look a hell of a lot like Willie Nelson.
Do you?
I mean, people will come up to me, and particularly truckers, and say, "Do you know you look like Willie Nelson?"
No kidding.
And then I tell them, "No, I'm not Willie Nelson. I am Mel Waters."
And they know who you are?
Well, they know exactly who I am. And next thing you know, I've got 3 or 4 truckers standing around me, and we're talking. And
well, how do you get them to believe you? I once was out I've got an RV, Mel.
Yeah.
And we talked to truckers on CB. That's real handy when you're on the road. And I encountered some truckers, my wife and I did, and we were running with them. You do that. You kind of run in a pack. And they wouldn't believe it was me. They said, your name is Art. You're from Are you Art Bell? I said, yes, I'm Art Bell. They said, no, you're not.
I haven't had any problem with it. It's interesting. I guess a lot of the truckers that are listening to you aren't seeing you on your website, or so I guess they have no mental picture of you at all. So I think.
Well, I mean, even on the radio though, on CB, we were just talking to them on CB.
Oh, they heard your voice.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
they would not believe it was me.
Oh.
They finally did, but it took about an hour. Anyway, Mel.
So we're heading back, and we're near Portland, and he turns on the radio, and I'm on the air. At first, I didn't believe I was. This is a dream. We've been on the road too long, and no, it was. And we were wrapping up the
Right. So, in case you're wondering what's going on, they did a show. Ark Bell, thank you, Shona, my lovely. Ark Bell did a show, like a rerun, so any new viewers played the old call and started telling people about this. And Mel, who's now back in the country, he said he's somewhere in the Pacific Southwest, so he could be in the UK in the US, or he could be, well, anywhere down there. He could have even been Hawaii or somewhere. He heard himself on the radio. That's what he's saying. So he was listening to Coast to Coast, and he heard himself, his old call. Momo, what's the matter, love? Momo, is Daddy? Where's Daddy? So anyway, that's where we're at now. So he's heard himself on the radio. Hello, Brett. How you doing? Okay, Lulu. Hold on. The dog's been left with me, which is ridiculous. Why have you left the dog with me? Can you shut that door, please? Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'm back now. Al's got the dog. Hello, Julius again. Hello, everyone coming in. Lulu, how you doing, Brett? Good to see you, my friend. Lulu, but you're a member on the other channel, on your other one, so you're going to lose all your. You've created a brand new channel just 2 days ago, and you're going to lose all your membership perks. So you need to find your other one, really, darling, because you don't want to pay for something you can't use. I hope it is you, my lovely. That happened to Linda as well the other day. Really weird. Okay, so you imagine Mel is driving along and he's you just spoke to Brett the way you speak to Mel. Must be because he's in the room. Possibly, yeah. I do like Brett. He's awesome. Anyway, so he heard himself on the radio and thought, do you know what? I'm going to call in. So you imagine that call was 5 years before. This is 2002. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to call in again. So he does. Here we go.
The show there, and I decided, well, I'm heading back here. I had to see a doctor for a checkup here, and so I came up here and I decided, what the heck, I'll bring the audience up to date here. I kind of left people dangling there at the end of.
Yeah, I got a lot of, hey, I'm dangling here. What's the story on Mel's Hole? Now, to bring everybody just very quickly, the 101, you had a piece of property in Washington.
Yeah, out near Ellensburg, Washington, the center of Washington State, near the Manastash Ridge, which is sort of like the mountain range that runs along. Ellensburg is in the Kittitas Valley, and so you got a valley, you've got mountain ranges and ridges and so forth, and that's basically where the property is located out there.
Tell them what happened. Go ahead, tell them what happened.
What happened with the property?
Well, yeah, I mean,
okay, we'll give you the nickel tour.
Thank you.
Were.
Thank you. Good.
Okay. Basically, this was back in '97, so this was 5 years ago almost.
Yes.
That I sent a fax to the show here, and basically I described what I had done about this hole and how I lowered some fishing line into it because, quite frankly, for years and years and years and years and years, people were dumping stuff into the holes. I'm talking refrigerators. I'm talking dead animals. My favorite thing to toss in there was TV picture tubes, but no matter what we tossed in there, we never heard anything hit bottom.
Let me stop you for just 1 second. Mel, do you have a Bible?
Yes.
Go get your Bible. I'll wait.
I have the Bible right here, and I will.
You have it that handy?
Yes.
Place your hand on it, Mel.
It is right on the Bible.
Do you swear to me, with your hand on that Bible, Mel, that what you are telling me and about to tell me is the whole truth, the absolute truth?
Let us say the absolute truth.
All right, we'll say the absolute truth. Cute. I'm sorry about the whole truth thing. The absolute truth, with your hand on the Bible. So help you God.
Yes, I do.
All right. All right. Then let us proceed.
And so
all right. So you threw TV picture tubes down, but I mean, I remember cows going down and.
Yeah, so some people threw dead cattle out there. I had a little Mexican fellow that used to throw literally truckloads of tires down there.
And there was enough, the hole was big enough so that you could throw something down and you wouldn't hear it cascading off the sides as it went down.
It was 9 feet across, and it had a retaining wall around the top of it, and the stone went down a bit. But as far as I can tell, as far as I could see,
no splash, no crash, no bang, nothing.
And it seemed to be, and it didn't look like it tapered. It looked, from everything that I could see,
it looked as wide as far as you could see.
It was a hole.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's further than I could see. It tapered. I had no idea. But I figure if something tapered, eventually tapers down to nothing, and things start collecting.
Well, 9 feet in diameter, that's a big hole.
That's a good sized hole. That's 3 yards across. That's more than the average human being is standing up.
So you had something across the hole, right?
Yeah, we put some corrugated metal and stuff on top of it, kind of to secure it.
By the way, had you fenced the hole in? Was there any protection? Was there a sign up that said
"Beware of the hole"? No.
Yeah, beware of the hole.
No, that's I think would fall under the category of attractive nuisance. You start warning people, and that gets people enticed. So.
But how about protecting people? I mean,
again, that's what the corrugated metal on top was for. It was secured on there pretty good, so you can, you couldn't open this up without basically busting the mechanism open. And
so you began lowering fishing line into the hole from this centerpiece, right?
Yeah. At first, I used to do a lot of shark fishing, so I had a couple of big fishing poles with a lot of line on them, and what I was curious about is to find out if there was any water down there. What the heck? So I lowered a big reel full of line into it, and had a roll of lifesavers on the bottom. The roll of lifesavers was simply because if it hit water, the lifesavers would dissolve.
Absolutely,
it would melt. It's an old fisherman's trick. So that's what I did. I lowered down. I emptied this reel. I'd assume there's about 500 yards of line on this particular reel there.
Right.
I did that with another reel, so I connected them up there and get down to about 3,000 feet, and same result. And then finally, I get kind of nuts about the whole thing there, so I went and bought basically monofilament in wholesale quantities. This kind of stuff that they fill the fishermen's reels with down at the sporting goods stores. You see, they have monster reels of
giant.
So, basically I started lowering this stuff down there on a 1 pound lead weight into the hole.
By the way, did you have any help, or were you doing this all by yourself?
Well, no, the project was conducted by myself. I didn't have, assistance or anything.
Yeah, it was your own property anyway, right?
It was my property. My wife was becoming estranged from me, so she wasn't hanging around or anything. I was just sort of out there at the property doing, just to satisfy my own curiosity. And basically at the point where I had reached 80,000 feet of line into the hole. And I had a little, I don't know, for lack of a better word, I had a little widget that kept track of, it's just like a little, it's like a mechanical digital counter. But it was made for measuring how much line goes down. So I knew exactly how much line I'd put into the hole at that point.
Which was?
80,000 feet.
80,000 feet.
8,000 times 10, or 80,000, 80,000 feet. Something like 15 miles of line went into that hole.
There are people who have questioned, you had a little weight, of course, on the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you had the weight of the line itself. Now, at some point, people say the line would be so heavy that you would have no idea whether you actually hit bottom or not.
Well, yeah, I would think so. You know, and again, the only thing is, I do recall I got back to you, and what I did is I actually measured the weight of the line in the hole. Okay, I had a little spring fisherman's scale to put on the thing, and I believe I had somewhere between, with the weight on the bottom, between 17 and 18 pounds of weight attached to
the
top.
All right.
That's
Well,
what
that
I
would have
had
been
there.
within the limits. All right.
I don't know. I mean, it you know, to me, that you know, I think about it now, and I think about what I've been through, and I think about all these things here, and I don't know what to make of any of this stuff. I don't know why. I mean, I know that. Well, didn't you have somebody talk about they're drilling like these huge deep holes in Russia or something like that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, you got your deep holes there. I don't know what the depth of a hole is. This stuff, the hole there has been there for as long as anybody can remember. If you talk to some people there, they say, "Oh yeah, this was there." You know, from my
There are
grandfather's.
people who say they're volcanic vents or whatever.
Could be.
It could be. But still, at 80,000 feet, no bottom to the hole. Now, this hole exhibited some, lack of a better term, paranormal aspects.
Well, yeah, and I believe what I had noted was that you know, my dogs wouldn't have anything to do with it. You know, they wouldn't go anywhere near it.
Right.
You know, birds didn't mess with the retaining wall. You know, it's the kind of place birds like to go. They didn't go anywhere near it. That there were people that told me various things that, you know, when I talked to them about it. One man claimed he had thrown a dog that died into it, and at some point after that, he was out there hunting around up there in the hills, and he saw the exact same dog just going through the woods like it was hunting with somebody.
So the hole then brought the dog back to life.
Well,
is the idea.
Now here's the thing here. I said, well, did you call the dog back to you?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, did it come back to you? He said it looked like it was hunting with somebody else. That's what he said.
Well, at least it was happy.
It was there on the same places where he had gone to.
Now, you believe so strongly in the powers of this hole, I know, that as one condition. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. But the government came and took your hole. That's what it comes down to.
There was quite a period of time there where after the program, all hell had broken loose, and yeah, I was going back to the hole. I actually wasn't living when I had talked to you originally. I was not living on the property. We had just had a really major snowstorm, like 2 feet of snow in 24 hours, and most of my trailer buildings and stuff were all caved in on the property. So it was a real mess out there. Anyway, I'd taken an apartment in town. And so, you know, it was the next day or whatever. I go back there and, you know, I'm driving up to my property. And even before I get anywhere near the property, I'm met by basically uniformed people who are telling me that there was a plane crash on my property, that they have to investigate and clear the accident. And that I'm, you know, not to, you know, they will let me know when I can come back.
Now, bear in mind, everybody, this was immediately after our broadcast.
Yeah. This is almost.
Nobody knew about the hole until the broadcast. Immediately after the broadcast, next day he goes back and they're giving him this plane crash trash.
And you know, I said, you know, I mean, I'm no dummy. I'm looking around. I don't see any smoke. I don't smell any smoke, and I didn't see any evidence of what would be a plane crash. So I'm pretty much believing they're handing me a bill of goods.
Right.
And you know, I said, look, this is my property. I want to get onto it.
Mm.
And basically, there were some threats made against me that. You know, I was being told that it would be fairly easy for people to find a drug lab on my property there. I'm basically a man who deals in herbs and Native American herbal medicine.
So it's either saying like, back off, buddy, or we got you by the
and
shorts.
what could I do?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what I had there, I suppose, could be construed as a drug lab. I mean, I don't know, but that's where I was.
Well, was it a real drug lab or?
Well, I had the various plants.
Okay, I just want to say this really quickly to Lulu, if you're still here. I know you're unsubbing. If that's the real Lulu, I don't know if it is. I don't understand what the problem is here. Apologies for interrupting that call. I will get back to it in a moment. I don't understand what the problem is. You've come in with no profile picture. Your name is written in small, which is what happened with Linda. Brand new account. You could literally be anybody. I could literally make an account now, right? I could make an account now called Lulu, and I could come in and say, "This is Lulu." That it doesn't, literally, I could do it. I might just do it just to prove a point. You could be anybody. I hope you are Lulu, and if you are the real Lulu, then surely you just go, "Yeah, Pen, I'll drop you an email. It's me." Just what Linda did the other day. It happened to Linda as well. I know, but you haven't just come in, have you, Tempe, a brand new account created on the 22nd of January? Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm sure Lulu was a paid up member. I know she said she got it free. Lulu's been a member for ages. So I don't think it is her. I really don't. I don't think that is her. But if it is her, then I don't understand the attitude, like Lulu's been here a long time and she's usually really sound. I don't understand it. So of course you don't have to have you don't have to have a profile picture. And if you've always not had a profile picture, then that's not a problem. But to come in of a brand new account and say this, I'm unsubbing unless you accept that it's me and get your wrench back. That's just ridiculous. You could be literally anybody. So I don't know. I think you'll find this with any account, any channel. But I'm not going to give a wrench to somebody who could be absolutely anybody. Really strange. Anyway, a simple email would do. We know you mean, pal. I can see a profile picture. Who? Sorry, Aqua Eyes. We just go back through. Profile pictures there now, yeah. Sorry, yeah, it is a profile picture. But it's you did, Rose. And Linda did the other day as well. So yeah, it is. Sorry, it is showing. You're right, Aqua Eyes. My apologies. But the account was made on the 22nd of January 2024. So it could be Lulu and she's made an error. And she started up a new account. Just drop me an email and say, "Yeah, Penny, this is me," or an Instagram or a Facebook. It's me. I don't understand what the problem is. But anyway, if you don't want to do that, then it's making me think that you're not the real Lulu. And look at it this way. If you are the real Lulu, wouldn't you like to know that I'm looking out for you? That I'm not allowing my subscribers to get cloned? Because I'm looking out for you as well, Imagine if Lulu come in next week and said, "Hi, everybody," and we said, "No, you came in and we just believed that it was you." And Lulu said, "That wasn't me." And you think to check it out? Could you see what I'm saying? I can't win. I cannot win either way. So better to be safe than sorry. Exactly, Jane. I'm looking after her as much as I am with me and you guys. So anyway, if it is you, Lulu, and you've took the ump over that, then that's fine. If it's not you, Lulu, then I hope you're okay, love, and I've just saved you from being cloned. And yeah.
Plants that grow native in that area there. I had some plants that I brought up from Nevada growing over there, but none of these things are anything but plants that you would find growing in a high desert environment.
And there are a lot of psychedelic hallucinogenic plants.
I did not deal with anything like that.
Well, but that's normal. I mean, that's all over the desert. It may not be widely known, but it's the truth. There's all kinds of hallucinogens that grow naturally in the desert.
Oh, the people that know, and I've worked extensively with Native Americans, and they can walk through an area and they can tell you everything.
Okay, so it's not like you had a meth lab up there or anything.
Yeah, that's what they were implying. It was
herbal stuff. All right. So they scare you the hell away. Then how did you come to make a deal with the government? How did that happen?
I have a hard time figuring out what led around here, but basically I wasn't going to back off. I was basically talking to the press. You are the press, Art Mel. And so what they did is offered to lease my property from me in perpetuity for a very healthy sum of money. And I'm talking like $250,000 a month to have use of the property. Yeah, that's $3 million a year.
That's a lot of money.
And, I had agreed for them to let me relocate in Australia, a place that I love and actually wish I can go back to, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, you did, in fact, go to Australia because I had a couple of emails from you when you were there.
I would contact you from time to time there just to let you know I was okay.
And you were in Australia. Oh, I know that's true. So you had taken the money, and I figured you were probably sipping martinis in some nice Aussie outback location with lots of nice young Australian, and just having a nice life.
Combing my beard and all that stuff.
So what the hell happened?
Well, and then I was doing well. I did a lot of good work over there. One of the things that I was allowed to do was to bring some of my plants with me. And,
they sent you. Did they send you the money?
Oh yeah, it appeared regularly in my account. I got the money, Johnny, on the spot. It was great. They allowed me to bring my dogs with me, which I don't know if you know about transporting dogs across the seas, but you normally can't bring dogs.
I know. Well, without quarantine for a long period of time.
They were not in quarantine. They just said, "Hey."
So they got you right past that.
They got me right through there. I got the red carpet treatment.
You were the king of the hole, no doubt about it.
That was it. I was living good. I was happy, and basically, doing fine, doing my work out there. Did a lot of work out there on wombat rescue and wombat restoration. There it was great. And
how many $250,000 payments did they actually come through with?
Well, I was there from. I haven't tallied it up there, but I was basically there from March of '97 until right before the millennium. I mean, the year 2000.
Okay, all right. So, Mel, hold on. We're at the bottom of the hour. I'm Art Bell. Mel Waters is my guest.
Fast
5033.
Life was good in Australia, and how wonderful.
Okay, I hope you guys are enjoying this.
$250,000.
The update. Let me know if you want to still listen to it, or let me know if you want to end it. Just let me know. Thank you to Matt for joining the membership. Yeah, you got to be careful if it's a new person coming in, but it's someone who's been here before. I would hate to think that someone was cloning Lulu. Now, my stalker, as we used to do this all the time. I'm going to give you a quick example now, just quickly. My stalker would clone somebody, just anybody, right? And then block that person so that they couldn't see them. Go into a chat and start arguing on people about me, a chat that I weren't there. And then so that I would go and blame the original person, but they were cloned them. It's a really, I've got a really, really crazy obsessive stalker troll of 6 years who lives and breathes me day and night. Penny bunny, penny bunny, penny bunny. And people know, but there's still some people who don't understand it and they think that it's all in my head. But then people have seen it. Bridget Blaine's been around for long enough. Jane's seen it. There's loads of people that have seen it. So I would hate to think that this person was, cloning Lulu. So weird, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to keep listening. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. We'll do a bit more. So this is the last update we ever heard from Mel, from Mel's Hole. But while we're listening, I'd say thank you to Linda as well for emailing the other day. I haven't replied yet, but I will do. Thank you to Linda for confirming it's you. While I'm listening, I'm going to have a quick look and see if there's any more updates while we're listening, okay?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Month, just nice as every month. It was
well,
there.
What the hell happened to all the money?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. And I had come back in December
of,
what was it, When was I was on?
Would have been 2000. You were on
Right.
April of 2000. So
2001.
well, it says 2000 here. Maybe the timekeepers.
Okay,
had
then
screwed
it
up.
was right before the millennium.
Right.
Okay, so in 1990.
No. This was the millennium. I mean, you know, 00.
But in 1999, in December, I'd come back, and I actually contacted you to appear on the air.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was in the USA, and I
Right.
thought we just kind of
Exactly.
Actually, it would have been a boring interview. It would have just been, how life was good in Australia and how wonderful things were, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But everybody would know, hey, Mel's alive, he's doing okay. Basically, at that point, I was helping my nephew move from Tacoma to Olympia, and I would during the day before the interview.
Right.
And we moved him down there in a U-Haul truck, and I was driving the truck back, and I was going to take the bus back to Olympia. There was some strangeness that occurred on the bus. There was an altercation. There were, from what appeared to me, there were policemen and transit people that came over there. I was asked to give my statement. I said, no, I got to get back to Olympia, blah, blah, blah. I can't miss the last bus. They said, that's okay. You can talk to us. We'll drive you back in the van. That was the last thing I remembered, because when I had woke up, it was about 12 days later, and I was in a real seedy part of San Francisco, lying in an alley. These winos were basically trying to get me to sing on the road again.
Beaten up, as I recall.
I was bad. I had no teeth in the back of my mouth, no molars. They were gone.
A dentist, by the way, has since done some exemplary work for you.
Do you like that? He gave me some state of the.
Sorry, is this Lulu? Sorry about this. Lulu's in. Okay, this is the real Lulu. Lulu, were you in here before, my lovely? Because someone came in. I found 5 phone calls. Hello, Miss Ella. Lulu. Hello, Nanny L. You won a membership, by the way. Hey, Lulu, my lovely. Did you come in? Someone came in about 20 minutes ago with your name, your picture, with no wrench, and the account was made 2 days ago. And you said that they said that it was you, and that you had a new laptop, and that you had a new account, and that was why you didn't have your wrench. And I was very suspicious, and I said, look, if it's you, could you do me a favor and just drop me an email or something, just to confirm it's you? And they got nasty and said, if that's how you're going to be, then I'm going to unsubscribe. Oh, yeah, Nanny, I thought you was already a member. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Now I'm starting to suspect Linda now, because the one came in the other day with a Linda account, and that was a brand new account, and that was spelt in lower caps, and she did email me, but it doesn't mean it was the real Linda. Someone called Linda at Gmail emailed me and said it's me. I find it a little bit suspicious that now Lulu's come in with a brand new account. I told you, didn't I? It's my stalker. I knew it. So Lulu, I've just someone's just cloned you and pretended to be you to try and get a wrench. Luckily, I'm on the ball. No, Lulu. Your account is fine. Your account is safe. What they've done, they've just made a new account, called it Lulu, put your picture up and pretended to be you, so that I come in and I give you a wrench. It's trolls trying to get a wrench. No, don't be scared, my darling. The problem is with YouTube is that anyone can call themselves the same name as you. You should see how many Penny Bunnies there are. Yeah. We had a Penny Bunny OnlyFans created with my photo. You know, it's fine. They're banned. They're gone. My hunch was correct. Yeah, Lulu, darling. I have got a stalker, Dr. Jane West. 1,000,000% got a stalker. So Lulu, just be careful, guys. You may think I'm being a bit strict, but there's your proof. That was not Lulu, and they pretended to be you, darling. They just come in with a brand new account. The channel had been created 2 days ago. So yeah. Anyway, this is that I've been on this platform for 6 years now. So I don't, Lulu. They won't. I highly doubt they'll do it anywhere else. It's just me. They're obsessed with me. But just stop it. Justice being silly. You can let people know that someone's impersonated you. Massive fail again, Stalker Troll. You've just failed yet again. Okay. And this Lulu was said that, do you know what gave it away, folks? Lulu's been a member for ages on this channel, and that Lulu said that they were gifted it. And I was like, no, you were a paid up member. You weren't just gifted it, because I remember. So that's how I knew they were lying. But I'm on the ball, guys. You know, there's method. There's method in my madness. Okay. They are, Nanny. They are. Jane knew as well, and Shona knew. Right. Okay, we're going to continue. So we're just listening to some more of the call.
Art ventures.
That's why I tricked him and said, "Oh no, you've lost your membership because you're going to be paying for something now that you can't use." And they said no, it was just gifted. It wasn't gifted at all. It wasn't gifted. But anyway, thank you, Lulu, for popping in, my darling. I'm so glad you have done. Thank you, love. Yeah, Shona called it as well. I think we all kind of knew. Yeah, Lulu's lovely. Lulu wouldn't do that. Hello, Malice. Hello, Dr. Jane West. Ah, yeah, that is proper true. That Al is on the ball. My memory is ridiculous. I remember everything, and it's just freaky, isn't it? I will confirm it. Yeah, if someone's a member, I remember it.
They are wonderful.
So, I mean, you were abducted, you were beaten up.
Okay, listen to this guy.
God knows what.
So he's telling us that he comes back. Thank you, by the way, AI. He's right though. The guy come back, and he's telling us that he tried to get back into his property, and he's now going to tell us what happened. Okay. So yeah, this is weird. Right. So listen to this. We heard this the other day. Julius was saying, but we all agreed to listen back because we've listened to the first call now, so this makes a lot more sense. Okay, the first episode on this, we were just doing a bit of live research. We're a bit more invested now. So listen to what happened to this guy. AI, I'm hoping you're listening. I'm guessing you are. Yeah, Lulu. Thank you, Doc. Well, I called it right, my love. I was looking after you as much as us. Yeah, I will always look after you guys. I wouldn't let anyone imposter you. Okay. Most channels would have just gone, oh yeah, it's Lulu, and given you a wrench, you know. Okay, here we go.
What happened to you? You found yourself in San Francisco in a disaster. You have come back from that, obviously, but I still want to know, Mel, what the hell happened to all the money?
Well, what happened was that when I had gone back and I was with my nephew, I found out that I had been served with legal papers that said that basically the terms of my divorce with my former wife were basically had been canceled. I had lost my rights because of the various modifications that were made to the property after I was no longer using the property. Basically, septic systems were put in. There was various paving that was done and modifications that basically I was not allowed to do.
Right.
And so I no longer had any claim on that property. And that's basically where I'm left. So,
well, okay. Still, though, Mel, what about all the money you did receive? I mean, did you blow it on wine, women, and song, or what?
Well, again, when you have a lot of money,
yeah.
I mean, you could only eat so much food and drink so much good scotch.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
And I devoted a good deal of the money I had, one, for the research I was doing. That was my activity. And two, creating a facility for dealing with our wombat friends in Australia.
Yeah, I know you were very concerned about that. I remember you were writing about wombats.
I am so proud of them because if you go now...
So your money went to the wombats, really?
The majority of it, but right after that, then I tried to access my money. My money wasn't there. I had sent emails to my colleagues in Australia. They said my whole facility was dismantled over there.
Oh my God!
Everyone was given a severance check because I had various students and various people working for me there. Because I'm not a veterinarian or anything like that. So again, you can go through money, quite a bit of money there, and
yes.
I was glad to do it. So there I am, basically lying in the gutter, no teeth. My, I could still see the tape on my arms where they had taped down an IV or some sort of thing to it. So I was out of it for the longest time. And I contacted my nephew, and he managed to get me a bus ticket back north.
Brother, talk about going from being a whole baron to absolutely
I had nothing.
Nothing.
I kind of that's kind of where I left everything when we last talked.
Now I know that you've had contact with the Native American community since you've been back. Is that right?
Oh yeah. In fact, that we will get into that because that leads to part 2 of all of this. But
yeah, I know.
Kind of wrap things up. I wanted to bring up some things because you probably noticed I was pretty ticked off that they'd stole my belt buckle.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I mean, and amongst working with herbs and stuff, I'm kind of an itinerant jeweler as well, and I make things. And I went back to Ellensburg, and because I'd sold a number of these similar belt buckles at the farmers market and through little consignment jewelry stores in Ellensburg.
Right.
And so, sure enough, when I'm there, I run into a guy who's wearing one of my belt buckles. Now, and they were made with a silver fork, and
yeah, you'd know your own work,
yeah. I mean, they were very unique, and this was kind of a little folk art thing, and I had.
What is the point, though?
Well, the point is that I kept on thinking, why would they take my belt buckle?
Mamo.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I mean, this was very personal item there that would, I had another belt buckle on my belt. You see what I'm saying? Why take a man's belt buckle?
Let him in.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. So anyway, I run into this guy and I said, "Hey, you bought one of my belt buckles?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I love this thing." Anyway, so we take a look at it, and we're looking at it, and basically the motif on there is I had 3 coins, that I had affixed to it in bezels.
Right.
There was a coin with Winston Churchill
right
on it. There was a coin with Joseph Stalin, and there was a coin dime with Franklin Roosevelt.
Rather distinctive. Yes.
Well, this was folk art representing the great conference that they had.
Gotcha.
So we're looking at the coins there, and we're noticing there it is a 1943 Roosevelt dime.
Yeah.
Franklin Roosevelt was still alive in 1943.
That's a good point. You're sure?
Yes, absolutely sure. Absolutely sure. It was a 1943 dime.
Well, that just makes no sense whatsoever.
I found on my property, I'd cleared a land, I found that Nazi sort of gun there. It was a P-38 that I gave to the landlord as a deposit.
I recall, yes.
And we dig up all kinds of things, bits of metal and stuff like that. Well, I found one time I was digging around there and just rooting around, I found one of these red Chinese Lucky Money envelopes, the kind of Chinese give it to each other on New Year's.
Yes.
And it had 10 of these dimes in it. So I got 10 dimes, I'm making, these belt buckles. I put one in each one there. So we're examining this dime here with this fellow in Ellensburg, and it struck us at the same time. I mean, when I told you 1943 Roosevelt dime, you thought, okay, well, it couldn't exist. We had a dime that there's no way it could exist.
Right.
But it looked just like your normal dime, but from 1943. And the only other thing that was kind of peculiar about it was that it had a B as in baby mint mark on it. Now we have S for San Francisco, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver.
Correct.
But I have no record anywhere of a B as in baby.
Or Boston.
Boston. Could be Boston. I don't know what it was, but I know of no B mid mark on a dime. So anyway, this guy is really curious. He decides to go see a big-time coin dealer about this coin. And he goes in there, and the coin dealer takes a look at it, and he just is like, mouth is hanging open. I'm telling you, I'm relating the story from my buddy.
Okay.
He looks at this thing, and he's just flabbergasted.
But what I don't understand is how all this relates.
Well, it ties into why my belt buckle was taken.
Oh.
Because it had the same coin on there.
Oh, no. Are you fairly sure it was not the same belt buckle?
I had made a series of 10 of them. I made 10 a coin. I had 10 of those same coins.
I understand. So now, was this the same belt buckle?
No, it was one that he must have bought.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Would you have any way of knowing if it was the same one?
No, no. They were very. They were all custom made, so each one is a little bit different.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I would know for a fact it was not the one I wore every day of my life.
All right.
But he took it to a coin dealer, and the coin dealer was just amazed. He had he couldn't even begin to grasp what he was holding in front of him. He started telling him, I don't know. This could be a prototype.
Well, nothing explains it. I mean, time travel. What would explain?
But something created before Roosevelt would have even died. When they created that dime, they went to, they sped up the process to get a Roosevelt dime after he died. But there's nothing that explains it. The guy offered him a huge amount of money, the coin dealer. Here, I'm going to write you a very substantial check. You give me the dime. The guy says, let me think about it. Okay, I'll give you my number. You give me a call. And, and I'll let you know what I think. Make a long story short, a day or two later, this guy is visited by Treasury officials there who said they have to confiscate this coin from him for some legal reason or another. So they took the coin away from this.
Should have made the deal the day before.
He should have made the deal.
So somehow, do you remember where you got these coins?
Yeah, they were on my property.
They were on the property. Showed up laying on the property?
No, I was actually digging around there, because I turned a lot of dirt over there to plant stuff and grow things there. And
I think about this, and nothing explains it. I mean, time travel would not explain it.
The only thing that I even began to think about, it's like over the years I didn't pay attention to it, but it was like. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but in the middle of every intersection, on the road,
yes,
there's always a little pile of nuts and bolts. If you drive by, you'll notice them.
Yeah.
Little springs right in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah.
Stuff that falls off of cars.
Right.
And it seemed to me like that property was like that. All kinds of odds and ends were over there. I mean, why would I find an old...
Well, it's strange that you would mention all of this now. I remember you're telling the story of your belt buckle being gone, but you didn't go into the detail about your belt buckle before.
No, because I didn't know.
Right, so we've missed the call 2 and 3, and Marcella says there was 5. I can only find that there was 4, but there might have been 5. So we've missed the second and the third call where he rings up about the belt buckle. So apparently he didn't realise that they beat him up and they took his belt buckle and he couldn't understand why. And he's saying that would have been proof that there could have been time travel. Hang on a minute. Gizmo, I think he wants to lie down and come to bed. Not bedtime yet, Mo. Yeah, he's trying to make a bed. Hold on. What time is it now? How long we've been going? You want to go to bed? You can't go to bed yet because I want to go and have a shower. And he won't go to bed without me. So if I'm not here, then he won't. You can go to bed soon, not just yet. Okay. I'm gonna have to call this off in a moment, folks, because Gizmo wants to go to bed and he sleeps with me. So right, where are we now? An hour and nearly 2 hours again. Wow. Okay. So I think what we'll do. How long have we got left? Gosh, we've still got. An hour and a half of that call, but remember there will be parts of that will be adverts, which will fast forward. So I think we'll listen to the next part of it tomorrow. Where are we now? Wednesday. Are we on Wednesday? Thursday? Yeah. Who's up for this tomorrow night? Yeah, he reckons he finds another hole. This is going to be really interesting call. I've never heard this call before either, so we're hearing it. I know Julius was saying he's listened to it before, not this bit. No, we only heard. Well, we heard some of it the other day, but we're going to listen to the next part tomorrow. No, I'm not. I know Aqua Eyes. Trust me, I do not watch Love Island. If I did, I would say. Yeah, apparently he says there's another hole. Now I know people are saying this isn't real. I don't know. Okay, thank you again to Matt D for joining. Was it a bug off hole? Remember, we've missed the heard some of it years ago. Digispace Cat. Yeah, so if you guys are free tomorrow, it'll probably be a similar time. I don't do as I used to, like 8-9 o'clock streams, and I might go back to them at some point, but at the moment I'm doing them a little bit earlier because I'm having no nights with the dog. You should be around. Awesome. Okay, so tomorrow I'm not going to go through it all again. All right, so if you come in tomorrow and you don't know what's going on, I think the best thing to do is start from the whole beginning. But just to be aware that the first show was just live research and we found it all out together. I didn't know anything about it. So this is the one that you really need to watch, I'd say. And then tomorrow, can we back up that photo? I am looking, David. Oh, it's Burns night. I'm 3. Are you not around? Is it Burns? I don't even know. We don't do that here, my lovely. I'm too old to fancy any of them. I've missed something. I'm just glad that we caught that troll because, you know, like I'm meeting up with the clan. Oh no. You see, we can wait till Friday, but if we wait till it's all fresh in our minds now. So I'd rather do it tomorrow. But you can, you know, was it Shona? But yeah, you can listen on the replay, my lovely. You know, if you want to listen to it. But I can't send you the link because you have to be a member to listen to it. I'm glad you've enjoyed it anyway, guys. My ex is a Brines. So he has 2 holes. He should go to a doctor and check him out. So anyway, there we go, folks. I'm going to get off now. Yeah, trolls just give up. I don't understand. Like 6 years of trying to drive me off the YouTube, and all it's done is make me have more friends. You know, ridiculous. Oh no, Angela, I'm so sorry to hear that, my lovely. So I'll see you tomorrow around 7ish. And yeah, have a good evening. And Shona's going to be busy. She's deffing us out for this Burns night. You can't get the staff, can you? Take care, Hawkeye. Yeah, so I'm hoping in this call we hear about the second one. We hear about the second call. Working tomorrow night as well, Bridget Blaine. Oh, okay, my lovely. If you can't make it, right? I love you more, Aqua Eyes. If you can't make it, then that's not a problem. I'll give away some more memberships tomorrow night as well. Trolls will be trying to win memberships. It doesn't work like that. You have to be a regular. You have to interact with chat, and you have to watch. So there you go. At least they let you have a heritage, Shona. We're not even allowed to put the St. George flag up. We're called racist. That they've got rid of Morris dancers and everything. My quest is live at 9. Another good one. Oh, well, thank you, Carlos. Oh, well, thank you, Jane. I appreciate that. And everybody, thank you for being here. And I will see you all tomorrow around 7. Okay, I'll confirm tomorrow. Again, thank you for joining me. I really, really appreciate you. And again, thank you to Jane and all our mod team. Jane and the moderators. It's ridiculous, Shona, I know. All right then, guys. Don't forget to hit the like if you enjoy the content. I'm sure the trolls will be doing enough dislikes. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, Ladybird. Bye, everyone.